Hey there, Nick with Cruise in Family. We are going on a cruise, Wonder of the Seas, and this is our video all about packing. So come and pack with us. Beginning stages of our packing, and the reason for the beginning stage really is we are still getting some of that laundry done, but we need to bring stuff from inside our closet here and get it all packed up. So we'll talk a little bit about some of our experiences of packing, some of the things that we make sure that we bring, and some tips that might help you as you get ready to pack for your cruise. Are these fancy little things? We've used them now for 4 or 5 cruises, and we really like them. I really like them because I can organize all of my different types of clothes. So like in this particular cube, it's all of my bottoms. So things like shorts and pants, they can all be together. And when we get to the cabin, I can take them out, put them onto the shelf that they have in there, and it's ready to go. When I'm looking for shorts, I can just pull out the packing cube and it's nice and organized. Cheryl doesn't like to do it like that. She likes to all the way unpack. And if I have things that need to be hung, I definitely will unpack those things and put them up on a hanger. But for the purpose of me, I really like them because they help me stay organized inside the cabin. So one of the things that we do as we get close to the time is we make sure to do a ton of laundry, and the laundry from the pile and put it directly into the luggage or into the pack. Say if something that I've talked about has been interesting and helpful to you, if I've talked about something that you feel like you might use, or somebody else you know might gain something from it, please share it with them. And so consider subscribing to our channel, the Cruise in Family. One thing that we make sure that we always bring along with us are hampers. And you might be thinking, well, what do you need a hamper for? And we find that it helps us organize our dirty clothes. And I've seen other YouTube channels suggesting, hey, why don't you just use your luggage? And that also works. But we will bring our hampers since we have them. When it's just Cheryl and I, either method works. When we have the kids, it helps us keep the dirty clothes organized, because those dirty clothes need to kind of be washed separate. And on Carnival, which we're not going on Carnival this go around, we get laundry included in the cruise. Some of the laundry can be done during the cruise time. So we make sure to separate them so that we can get the most out of the luggage that we bring. So I did do a video about our technology. I want to talk a little bit, since it is part of the packing process, about what I do pack for the cruise ship. We make sure to always bring at least one non-surge protected outlet. It allows us to split things so that we have more spots to plug stuff in at, because we do have 3 cameras, 2 phones, computer, and watches, and just a slew of stuff that needs to get power put into it. So we make sure to pack something like that. I also pack battery packs for our GoPro, And for the camera that I'm shooting on right now, it actually will allow me to plug it in directly to the machine, so I don't have to pack a separate one. I guess I could do that with a GoPro, but for the GoPro, it has multiple batteries in it, so I'm able to charge more than one battery at a time. Here is another question for all of our cruisers out there. If you are going on your vacation, so not just the cruise, right? You have the cruise length plus the time that you're staying in a place. So let's say your cruise length plus your hotel stay is 8 days. If you're going on an 8-day vacation, how many outfits do you bring? Let us know down in the comments. I know how many I bring, and the number is not consistent for each of the items, each of the type of items that we bring along. If something that I talked about today has been helpful to you, or something that you think would be helpful for somebody else, go ahead and please share that with them. If it's helpful to you, please consider subscribing to our channel. It would mean a lot to us. We are a growing channel, and it really does go a long way in helping us as we grow in our mission to bring information about travel to you. The packing is coming along quite nicely. We are 70% of the way packed, and as we start to get closer to that end point, I wanted to share some other packing kind of advice, ways that we get ready for the cruise. I make a folder, a binder, where all of our pertinent information goes. I also store luggage tags. I also will store other important stuff inside of this. In that goes a blue folder. So the blue folder is my go-to one-stop shop for our cruising documents, and I know that Royal allows you to use your phone for this, and this is just really a backup. I have things in here, including the tags that need to go inside those luggage holders, and then all of our important information, like the hotel before and after, our flight information, the pre-purchases with the cruise line, and anything else that I think that we're going to need. Maybe a printed maps we've had before, contact information, everything that we need to have on that. And speaking of which, looking back at this folder, I've went ahead and this is on the outside, and these are all of our confirmation numbers with contact information and arrival times, departure times, and all of the other important information that we would need. So I like to really be organized with this. I'll talk about two other things that I like to bring in that folder. I'm going to put a pen or a couple of pens. You never know when you're going to need something to write with, and that sometimes they're not readily available, and or the things that are given to you as complimentary are not usable. So the next one that I always bring along is this handy dandy little clipboard, and that can be very helpful when you're boarding, especially having a spot to easily put your boarding passes and your passports or other documents that you need. And then also if you need a writing surface, if you're standing in a line, that's another helpful thing to have. So it doesn't weigh much. It's easy to kind of be out of the way the rest of the time. So I always pack it, and it helps me feel prepared for boarding day. So earlier I had said that we use packing cubes. You can see inside my bag now, we have packing cubes galore. These are t-shirts, and then kind of my dress shirts there, my swim attire, and then all sorts of different I have toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorants, other smelly stuff, and then sunscreen. We even packed our wonderful straws here. Now moving over here, I have a luggage piece that's just for some of the extras that we bring along. We always bring a vegan. I think that'll be a positive for our cruise. We have some magnets. We have more magnets. I'm not sure where they're at, but it looked like on the Wonder of the Seas there's a bunch of like hanging spots. But we'll bring the magnets since we have them. We have snorkel gear here. We're going to bring along. That way we don't have to rent someone else's snorkel gear. And then I always pack inside my shoes clean socks. And then there's some more space over in this bag for other extras. We are a little bit further along in our packing process. I have got my bag, my main bag, 100% done, zipped up, ready to go. And I have my other bag still sitting open just in case there are things that I've forgotten. But right now, I'm working on my carry-on. And this will be the carry-on that I take both onto the airplane, which we're flying out tomorrow, and also onto the cruise ship. So the backpack will have our, from earlier in the video, our handy dandy place for all of our printed documents. My computer will go in there in this center pocket, completely open, because I'm going to put all of the videoing stuff, including the GoPro and this camera, the batteries, and some of the charging stuff. So that'll be easily accessible. And then in this front, I have some extra cords. I have medication, and I'll make sure to keep my headphones with me so that I have that for the flight. But making sure that you have a place for kind of those things that you'll need, even if the luggage hasn't gotten delivered, is important to consider. So make sure that you have that small carry-on, and it doesn't necessarily need to be one for each person. It could be one for the whole party. And another thing that's really important to remember: passports. We have this passport holder. It might be a little overkill for two, but we actually have enough spots in here for 5. So, and we also keep our cash in here, and a place for other credit cards if we so choose. So, as I was saying, we have these 2 pieces of luggage completely packed. I'm holding off right now on taking my luggage and zipping it up. It's pretty much full, but just in case there are a couple other things, I just remembered this morning my water bottle, and just, a couple other random things. So a big thing for your packing, it might be worth it to start a little bit early so that you can have some time to sit and think about, what do I need to make sure that I have. So something that you might want to consider for your packing time and your preparation time really is making sure that there are people around that know that you're going to be gone and have information so that they could contact or make decisions for you in case you're out of the country. Part of the folder that I have there has a list of all the phone numbers that we need. I know that we have a phone and that carries it too, but if that thing were to go out, we still need the phone numbers. In this case, we are going just the 2 of us. So Cheryl and I have some friends that will be with the kiddos. We've made a whole sheet with phone numbers, kind of schedules that the kids have. They don't have that intensive a schedule, but so that they do get to go to the places that they normally go, and list of medications. We have boxes set up for each day for that and for our dogs. We're actually taking our dogs over to our neighbor's house. Thank goodness for neighbors that are willing to trade dogsies with you. And they're going to watch our 2 pups the time while we're gone. So we already have the food purchased, everything kind of sorted. We just need to take it over. The last couple of days have been a little bit about making sure that we have gotten some odds and ends taken care of. Cheryl right now is at the salon working on her hair. She got an appointment to get her nails done. I made an appointment with my doctor before we went out of town here, and making sure that we had medication updates for all of our kiddos. Making sure that you leave for a little bit of time in your preparation is probably an important piece that sometimes it can creep up on you and feel hectic, but if it's part of your preparation. Not every airport does this, maybe. I know because we've flown out of Sky Harbor International, which is Phoenix, a bunch of times before they allow this. So we went on and made a reservation for our parking. We're parking at the airport. It's a little bit more expensive than parking off-site, but for us, we decided to go ahead and do the economy parking, the east lot of the economy parking that has a tram that takes us right into the terminal. So we'll be able to do that. But if check on parking ahead of time, especially if you're parking at an airport. And if you're not parking at an airport, if you're driving in, you might want to check on parking at the terminal or close to the terminal. Some places have a like a stay and cruise package where they include parking as part of the fare of staying if you stay a night or two. And obviously we're flying, so that's not our case here, but that might be something for you to check into, especially if you're driving to your port of call. And then one thing that I'm going to work on after I get off of here is making sure that I go onto my phone and download a couple of different types of shows so that I have a little bit of entertainment. I had my headphones charged. I'll have my phone charged. So making sure that you have those things charged and ready to go, especially like if you're flying or traveling with kids. That's something that I normally do. I'll go into their iPad and download a couple of things that don't need internet, especially if you're driving. But if you're flying, lots of different airlines have some cool little features. I know Southwest, the last time we flew in January, they had basically an online service or a service that you kind of logged into. You didn't have to pay for, and you could watch on their network movies, which was really cool. Didn't have. So this is probably going to end it here for us as we get ready, as we head out. But I really appreciate you taking the time to watch us. And the coming days will be travel day, and then we're gonna showcase some of the stuff that we do there in Port Canaveral, and then embarkation and all that we do on the cruise. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.